Morning, everyone. It's Ariana Newcomer, and this is Wisdom Wednesdays. I have to post a recording this morning because Facebook Live wasn't working today. So this will be late arriving to you. So apologize to those of you who are hoping to tune in live. But today, I'll be talking about working with the eclipse energies right now. This is a time of sort of an eclipse season. We've had a partial eclipse that happened a little while ago. We're having a full lunar eclipse tonight, and there's another partial eclipse happening, I think on August 11th. Eclipse seasons are times of real opportunity for us. So I would like to invite you to shift your perspective. Many of us are feeling like we're getting hit by all kinds of intense energy. We might be feeling overwhelmed. We might be feeling just tired and not wanting to do anything. We might be alternating between feeling tired and overwhelmed and feeling excited and going up and down. We might be getting triggered a lot. That's the eclipse energy. We can actually consider it, though, as something positive. If we shift our perspective, and perspective is everything, it's all in how we look at things. We shift our perspective and really tune into this on the energetic level, we can use this energy in all kinds of positive ways. We can use it to help us clear what no longer serves. We can use it to help us click into our real creativity and start something new, or finish a project, or create something artistic, create a new piece of work. It's a wonderful time to do all those things, as long as we do shift our perspective. And this is similar to the way I teach my clients to work with emotions, that we can have an idea, a perspective, that certain emotions are bad. And we're not supposed to feel angry. We're not supposed to be depressed. We're not supposed to get triggered. We're not supposed to feel sad. We're supposed to be happy or on an even keel or joyful all the time. And as spiritual people, that's what we're looking towards. I don't believe that. I don't teach that way. I believe what we're here to be is fully human, to be as full-on humans as we can be, and to be the best humans that we can be. And that means having our emotions. When we have our emotions, we shift our perspective. They're not bad or wrong, no matter what they are. They're just our emotions. And when we allow them to flow through, they actually are going to move through a lot faster. When we negatively self-judge because we're feeling angry, or we got triggered, or we're sad, then we tend to stuff the emotion and hold it down. Same thing with this eclipse energy. When we feel that strong energy coming towards us, we can resist, or we can push back against it. But that requires a lot of energy. So it's part of why we're feeling tired, is feeling like we have to push back against this intense energy. What I'm going to invite us to do instead is allow it to flow. Just like I was talking about with emotions. Emotions are energy, and they're also chemicals. And the chemicals need time to just clear out of our systems. And when we allow our emotions to flow and we really feel them, give ourselves that few, it doesn't necessarily have to take a long time. If you're really angry, sometimes it can take me quite some time to really feel and release that emotion. But I know from my own experience that when I give myself full permission to be angry or be hurt, it shifts so much faster. So give yourself permission to feel and sense into this eclipse energy. It is kind of coming in towards us from on the plasma winds, if you will. Kind of that stream of particles, like the solar winds, that are always actually flowing to us and through us. And accept this energy and think of it as actually flowing through you instead of coming in and getting stuck. That can make us feel like we're ready to explode, right? That's part of the overwhelm. Let it flow through. Think of it as perhaps flowing from up above your head, through the body, all the way out the soles of the feet and into Mother Earth. And as it flows through, it's going to carry with it things that no longer serve. So it's a great time to shift and change our perspective on certain things, to let go of thought forms that aren't serving us, it might be perhaps time for us to release certain people in our lives who the relationship is no longer serving us. It might be time to release a certain job or a certain way of being in the world. And this is just a great opportunity to have that shift into something new and to consciously create positive results with this beautiful energy. What if it's just actually beautiful energy from the eclipses and energy that we can use? So I invite you to just take some deep breaths. Let go of breath. As you let go of breath, you can use that exhale to let go of things that don't serve. Thought forms, physical issues and problems, but this beautiful eclipse energy can also be healing. It's what I'm receiving from the guides too. We can use this energy to heal physical dis-ease and issues. So if you have a headache, for instance, breathe, and as you exhale, allow the energy and the breath to release pains and discomforts in the body. Have the intention that this energy coming into the body is also healing and restoring all throughout the body, down to our very DNA. Our intention is everything. Perspective is everything. Having this perspective that emotions aren't bad or wrong, they are simply part of being human. When we feel them, we can allow them to flow through. Same thing with this eclipse energy, and the eclipse energy can also help us flow those emotions through. So it's a time when we can get a little more triggered than usual because of the intensity. We're being a little unconscious, which again is human. We do that. We go in and out of being highly conscious. And being on this personal growth path, spiritual growth path, doesn't mean never going unconscious. It means being able to come back to the consciousness more quickly and forgive ourselves and allow ourselves to be human. Yeah, we go in and out of higher consciousness, and we can actually take this time to restore and renew during this eclipse time. But the energies may be most intense today and tomorrow, but they will last through the next partial eclipse that's happening in August. So we have time to work with these energies. And I really suggest that you make it a practice to several times a day tune in to this intense energy and deliberately and consciously use it as a positive catalyst for clearing and shifting and changing in ways that are for your highest good. And we can also consider this happening for the collective. This energy is affecting us all over the planet. And we can hold that intention also for this clearing and cleansing and shifting toward the highest good to be happening for the collective as well. And in my Wise Women Immersion program, we do this in every class. We do a practice called subtle activism. So we're doing our deep personal work, claiming our inner wisdom, and we're also working for positive change in the collective in that program. And this is something we can all do. It's more powerful when we do it in a group, but we can do it as individuals as well. So hold that intention for this energy to be clearing for the collective. And this is the time in the rise of the divine feminine, the return of the great mother, when the shadow and the negative is being pushed up to be in clear view, to be cleared. So let's all hold the intention also that this energy of the eclipses is helping to clear the old dominator structures, stories, energies, and patterns from our culture as well, so that we can come into that higher state of true partnership between men and women, partnership in our families, partnership in our communities, among nations, and partnership with nature, and partnership in our spirituality, where we are this way. It's not the God over us, but it is that we are in partnership with our spirituality. And we are sovereign beings as we move into this higher consciousness, that we care for ourselves rather than rigidly accepting any kind of dogma, that we run it through our own filters, our discernment inside that tells, is this for the highest good or is this not? And unfortunately, there are many religious teachings that truly are not for the highest good. Now, I also invite you, as you're doing this, to just do the same kind of process with what you hear from the news. It's just allow it to flow through. I don't advocate going completely away from the news, but the news is geared towards the negative because that's what people watch. People tune in for that. And our brains are actually hardwired to pay more attention to what's negative and might be threatening to our survival than to what is positive. There's a great book by Rick Hansen called Hardwiring Happiness, and he talks a lot about the neurology or the brain and how that works. And he has this wonderful practice that he teaches called taking in the good. And it's pretty simple. It's to actually pay attention when something good happens, when you're feeling really good, to take a few moments and actually breathe it in. Actually breathe it in. Pay attention to that goodness, to the good feelings. And it might be something as simple as the sun on your face, or the sound of the rain, or meeting someone that you love, a dear friend, having that wonderful feeling that floods you when you see the face of someone that you love. Taking that in, taking the time to actually be present to it, for even just a few seconds. Do this many times a day. That will also help you to transform this process of clearing and creating something new into a positive experience, rather than an experience of feeling assaulted by all these energies and overwhelmed and triggered. So that's two practices for you. It's to allow this eclipse energy to flow through you and to use it as a creative and positive force for you, to let go of what no longer serves and to bring in the new that is for your higher good. And to take time, several times each day, to pay attention and breathe in what makes you feel good. Breathe in the good. And that actually helps to rewire our brains, as you do this as a practice, to pay more attention to what's good and less attention to what's negative. Thank you for joining me. This is Ariana Newcomer, Dove Oracle Priestess. I would love to talk with you about how I might be able to serve you in private mentoring in the Wise Woman Immersion Program, or in any other way. I will put a link in the comments as to how you can contact me. Looking forward to talking with you.